I spend a lot of time travelling. I'm not doing as much in the early childhood sector as I did before, but I keep on meeting people who have embraced a lot of the messages that I give to parents, because in so many ways early childhood educators become the co-parents of our children, and every parent wants them to be cared for by people not only that are going to help them learn about our world and everything, how it works, but they want them to know they care. And one of my beautiful granddaughters is in a centre in Sydney, and they had a fairly chaotic Christmas. There was a family death, and then there was some things going on in the family. So when she came back in, she was a little unsettled, and immediately they called a meeting, had a chat, and worked out these beautiful ways of supporting her. So I know what exceptional care is about, and I think we still have to keep recognising that it's about the relationship, and that relationships aren't always easy to build. And that actually they take time, and they may not look like we're doing the teaching stuff. Most perceptions out there is that people who work in early childhood are still just caring for kids. It makes me really cross, and I jump up and down a lot, and I've written articles on why we need to really be more respectful. I also believe that it's a confusing time. It's a confusing time for parents. The shifting paradigms of parenting means there's a lot more confusion out there, and so they're actually looking quite often to early childhood educators to support them in their parenting journey, which sounds wonderful and noble, but if you've never been a parent and maybe you don't have a 4-year degree, then but you spend a lot of time with children, sometimes we've got to have those big conversations about, can you help me? What have you got some ideas? And I think what's now happening, I've accidentally become this parenting person who kind of is dribbled all over the place, but what I find every now and then, often they can put in one of my articles or blogs, because that's actually what they're saying, but because it comes from somebody who's got a profile, it might be listened to. So every now and then, I just want all the early childhood educators know I've got their back. I seriously have got their back. I've got parents' back. And then I really wish that we can have some sort of shift, and the work you're doing is really starting to impact. We need to respect them more. We need to value, respect them, and also celebrate them, and pay them more. If there's one big thing that I'd love the governments to look at, is before we go down and look at offering more, let's make sure we have universal access for at least 3 days for every 4-year-old across Australia, with well-paid early childhood educators right across the board. Because instability in the workforce is what can upset families and children. And again, it's just, we go round and round.
And I've been hearing that a lot, and just the last educator I spoke to made such a point about a recommendation that every child, while we do have a very strong focus at the moment in ensuring those years before school, and now down into 2 years before school, but all children, and regardless of parental position and financial
just right across the board,
every child having access to quality early and education environments.
Our most vulnerable children, again, how do we get that access as early as possible to support families? And it's not an easy thing, because we've got such an incredibly big country with all sorts of things that influence the way that our children are raised. But high quality, exceptionally good early childhood education and care can change lives for children.
Absolutely, and you're right. Our educators can be, and in many cases are, rich resources to support families, to support communities, and we need to support our educators to be the best educator that they can be.
We absolutely do. I love
Wonderful.
Go early childhood educators.